Our sprocket's all deburred over here now. Go back to where we left off. Alright. A little lube on the thread, so we're going to tighten the piss out of this thing. Make sure you get started on this line. And our nut. One nut. Put some in the inside of these threads and up here on the edge, because we're going to be chewing this surface up. This thing came off hard, as I remember. I think it was this bike. So that means it's going to go on hard. Zip gun. That's good. We don't need that one anyway. Wasn't too bad. That on. That on. And nut. Side looks worse. Floor. All right, so now everything's lined up. Let's look. Is it aligned? I think I'll get my straight edge. So it looks good to you?
No.
Why? Because it hits on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it must not be straight. I'm shocked. So you're off by that far. About half a tooth. Which is about that far, see? So it's off a little bit like a lot of them are. Now you gotta figure out how much play you got in your teeth. See how much clearance you got? Times 2. So it compensates. But there are a couple things you can do to fix it. You can, that space in there on the kicker gear, we can shorten it up a little bit. And that'll get to bring that, you can move this in and lines it up. The disadvantage of that is it gets close to that kicker ratchet, it might start dragging on it and you're screwed. Minor problem.
Minor problem.
Minor problem. The other thing is you can get some kind of a thin wash to go behind here and move this out a little bit, which is the other trick. But in your case, it's, I don't like it, but it's kind of close enough to, it would work. Kind of. I don't know how much clearance we get on this back side. But it's not anywhere near hitting the gear right now, but the problem is if it does hit, we're screwed if I shorten it. See, let me shorten a little bit or leave with it?
Why don't we put something behind that one?
I don't know if I have any fits in there. I'll have to look. That's kind of an odd thing. It's not something I have. Usually I shorten these up over here, move them in a little bit. All right. I don't know if we videotaped this bike coming apart. I know I did on the 61. That's what those 2 holes are in there for. The problem is the old bikes don't have those 2 holes. It's a little harder. Too big? Oh, that's it. Alright. pull off your fingers, wasn't it? All right, now see what size washer you got in there. It has to be pretty small. Like the size of that.
Yeah.
Not exactly the fender washer that looks like this, that goes on this. See, that's the kind of washer you can get. See? This isn't going to quite work.
Not quite.
So that's why you don't worry about it.
Good. Let's not worry about it.
I usually cut the sleeve. Okay, I'm holding the kicker on the other side. See the hit. Now we see how much clearance we actually got. See my finger? I need a screwdriver, so there it is. Oh, that's not going to move. What a dumb shit. That'd be me. Holding the wrong thing. Same trick, but use a different part. This time we got the bushing. Okay, see our clearance?
Barely anything.
Like 30 thou. So that means we're not going to be shorting that spacer up very much, are we?
No.
Okay. One way of checking. Not quite the official way of doing it, but it works. So we're going to live with it. It's too close, so it ain't worth the hassle of playing with it.
Damn straight.
Okay, I'm glad you're happy. Okay, now we got our chain over here. And you always want to make sure there's no broken bushing. Now the bushing is this little sleeve thing in between here. See, it's a split bushing. There's a little split in there. But when they come out in pieces, it's bad. That means the chain's getting ready to break. So I always go over these things. I look over them real close. Make sure there's no missing ones in there. Did I see? You do it a couple times going around just to double check. And you check the outside while you're at it. Until I've done this before, I'm pretty quick at it. Okay. So we know it's not too loose this way. And it's doesn't have any knots in it, unlike that other chain we had over there. Unlike this one. Yeah, there's doesn't have. Yeah, there we go. There's no knots now. See? Yeah, there, it's perfectly good. It's the same looseness, see? Actually, this one might be a little bit looser. The problem is it's all knotted up because it had that nice, fancy thing right here. It's hard on chains. It's the reason why it's a race part. Race bikes that don't get too many miles on them. Okay, so we checked our used chain. We also may look at the plates and make sure there's no big gouges in here, nicks or anything like that could cause these plates to break. So these ones are all nice looking. They have a little wear on the outside, but nothing serious. So it's a good usable chain. At least we think it is.
Fingers crossed.
We'll find out. Okay, see all the teeth are on there? See, let's go put in there. See, that doesn't come out very easily. Kind of just skips in there, but it's easier to do that. Once I tighten this up, that won't come out. Okay, didn't we have a darn big socket around here somewhere? I thought we had a zip gun attached to this airline. And that right on the floor again. Can I blame it on the oil on my fingers?
Yeah.
That doesn't work though. Yeah, that's tight. In case you want to know how tight that was tight. But it was not over tight. That's actually in the service book on whole bikes. That's the torque.
The torque is tight.
It's tight, but not over tight. They don't tell you what that is, but it's up to you to know. Okay, this lock here, I was just going like that with it, broke.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're gonna have to spend some money.
Uh-oh.
Or we can attempt to do it with just one. I know you're cheap, so we're just gonna try it with just one and see if we luck out.
Budget bike.
That's right. Budget customer. We would never say that in front of them either, would we? Now, if you let go that way you're doing that, it hurts. So don't let go.
Never let go of it.
Now, see how it's kind of right dead center in the middle. Luckily, we can make that work. If you don't know how to use pliers, you get a lot more holding power with this one than this one. So don't try doing it like this. Use this side. Okay, are you in there good enough for you? See, we made it work anyway. We only needed one. Yeah, we can't check to see if that works now. We can check to see if the kicker works. And this is a good time to do it. So oil in the crankcase?
A little bit.
Okay, good. Yeah, it smells like oil. Look at that nasty crap that came out of there. It might not be much inside of the tank here.
Probably not anymore.
Oh, you mean an oil mess in there?
Yeah, sorry, that was my fault.
Jeez. Oily rag right. I know it's my fault. I didn't check to see if there's any oil in the crank yet. Of course, there is no way of checking to see that. There is one problem we have now. It's going to be hard to put Loctite on an oily surface. As soon as we get to blow it off. If you hold this in front of you, you don't get quite so oily. Yeah, that works. Okay, I'm gonna brake clean. Squirt the holes. Holes are clean.
Nice.
That Loctite will stick. Assuming the bolts weren't in the spray. In this case, we got both the same length and they're both short than we had before. Alright, where's my Loctite at? Okay, we got the medium low and the medium high. We're going to use the medium high because we don't want it to come out. So this is kind of a reddish color. But this is not Loctite, this is 3 bond. And this doesn't work right now. I'm gonna pick. Didn't show that. It was off. That was off video. We can't give away all our secrets. Is there anything in this bottle? Maybe that's why it wasn't coming out. I think you grabbed the empty bottle. Oh, there it goes out. Yeah, I was making good video there for a minute. I thought there was still something in there. Yep, wrong one. This one goes here. Don't forget to put the outer strap on it. Switch sides. I'm not left-handed, I work from this side. I can work from both sides, this one's easier.
Gotcha.
Okay, how you adjust it, you go up and back. The reason you go back, because the direction of rotation shoves it that way. So if you did it here, it's going to move like that eventually anyway. You give it just a little bit of free fly. Okay, dumb shit. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Yeah, can't block that one. All right. How much clearance does that have? We don't know. Use this tool. See how it's looser. We got to find a tight spot. If you took the spark plugs out, this would be easier.
You want me to take the spark plugs out?
No, we don't care about being easy. Do not put your finger in there though. It will hurt. Especially when the motor gets ready to close like it's going to do right now. Okay, we got our 3/8 to 1/2 inch clearance. It usually tightens up slightly when you tighten this outer one too. But you have to tighten this one up here first, so I'll go ahead and tighten it up. And what was the torque on that again?
Tight enough, but not over tightened.
That's tight. Okay. Now that is a nice, nasty looking screw there, or bolt. See a lack of threads? Typically gets the new one.
Garbage.
On it. Yeah, I don't want to use thread lock on this one. I'm going to use the medium low on this one. It's a smaller bolt. One of the few places I actually will put a lock to washer, but it kind of still works. Now, easier when you tighten this up, it does. Use the right socket though. It actually does make the chain tighter easily. So if you're marginally tight, when you put this on, it's going to get tighter. That's good enough. I can feel the threads given, which is the correct torque for that piece. I have to use them a couple times to look like that, and they're good. Bolts are cheap. Okay, there's some torque on this one again. Same torque as before.
Just enough,
Tight.
but not over tight.
Well, I would never over tighten anything. Okay. Go back, check this. See it's tighter there?
What makes it tighter there?
Chain's not round, stretched. Sprockets are slightly out around or not concentrically turning. That's a loose spot. So if you check it there and adjust it there, when you got the tight spot, it'll be tight. Same on your rear wheel. Same thing happens. Hear that oil in there? Hear that thing gurgling down there?
Yeah.
That means the oil that's in there is coming inside of here. That's when I take the motors apart and rebuild them, I plug that hole up. Then they won't do that. So that's your tightest spot. So that's right with the cylinder over centers is your tightest spot.
Gotcha.
So when you go to adjust this later, do it. Now as this shoe wears in, it'll change. Now we already know this shoe's worn in, so it'll hold its tension pretty good. Plus the chain's already worn in too, so it should hold it pretty good.
Awesome.
All right, and we already checked the kicker earlier, but we can check it again. Just now it's all assembled, just to double check. Because I hate having to come back and fix this again after it doesn't work. Good door. No oil out this time?
No oil out this time. I
Yeah.
blocked it with the rag.
Yeah, but I plugged the hole up already. Now we need to clean this oil off down here though. Somebody dripped oil all over the bike. Who'd put more oil inside the tranny? Who did that?
I don't know.
That's right. The other guy did it.
Yeah.
I saw him here earlier.
Yeah, he's a shady looking character.
All right, cut that off for now.